This video has been sponsored by WowBox. WowBox is a monthly subscription box that features a wide variety of tasty snacks from Japan. On some occasions, they'll feature some limited edition snacks like the Country Ma'am and Hello Kitty limited edition cookies. Unfortunately, my box did not have those cookies, but they assure me that I will be getting those cookies very soon in the mail. If you want this particular box with the Hello Kitty cookies, subscribe to WowBox before August 31st using this link in the description box down below. Don't forget to use the special code to get 10% off your first WoW box.
You're gonna speedrun Pokemon Edible Edition.
You did it. That is never anyone's problem ever again.
When was the last time I did What Am I Watching? Oh. I should really fix that, shouldn't I? Now, if I remember correctly, I let my followers on Patreon vote on our next episode, to which they picked Mahou Shoujo Ore. Okay, it just looks like a typical magical girl show to me. Right? We go again! Ladies and gentlemen, what am I watching? Mahou Shoujo Ore started off as a manga series published in Fusion Product Comic B magazine from November 2012 to February 2014, but then in April 2018 it was given a 12-episode series by Studio Pierrot Plus, the same studio that brought you the Demon Babysitters Club, the Sanrio High School Host Club, and another season where ghouls make you feel all doki doki. In a world where everything has to be meta or parodied, Mahou Shoujo Ore takes the typical tropes of any magical girl show and tosses it out the window while acknowledging its silly behavior. Our main character is Saki Uno, an energetic girl dreaming of being a singing idol so she can share the spotlight with her childhood crush, Mohiro Mikage. And of course, he's the most oblivious being in their known universe. I swear this show is Magical School Rumble. She pairs up with his little sister and all-time best friend Sakuya Mikage, but the two of them don't seem to be that popular in the idol demographic, unlike Mohiro and his singing partner Hyoe, to which he's basically Saki's nemesis with how he takes up all of Mohiro's time. Out of the blue, Saki is greeted by a dangerous-looking individual named Kokoro-Chan. I am not even kidding, but he's there to see both Saki and her mother so he can offer them a deal. It turns out that Saki's mother was a magical girl doing her best to stop crime in her city, but the torch has to be passed on due to her aging health, so Kokoro-chan offers Saki a chance to take her place. She agrees to the deal only when Mohiro is being attacked by... Okay, who thought it was a great idea to give Poochu some steroids? Leave your answers in the comments down below. But soon after she accepts the deal and transforms by shouting the name of the person she loves, she discovers that being a magical girl turns you into one buffed dude. Thick. And if that weren't enough, Sakuya steps in to help and becomes a magical girl by shouting Saki's name. Oh my. What happens from here? What can these two buffed magical girls do to save their town from swole Poochu demons? Who's this guy and why are there so many of him? Honestly, the answers are more random than I expected. So sure enough, Mahou Shoujo Ore does everything it can to subvert your expectations with its plot and characters. I mean, did I expect their manager to be so totally cool with his two clients suddenly turning into male magical girls while trying to use this sudden phenomenon to pick up their idol career? Nope. Did I expect that twist in the end with the real villain and why they did their nefarious deeds? Nope. Did I expect Oblivious Senpai to have a total man crush on Saki's transformed version? Yeah, I honestly did, but it's adorable to watch. No one can deny how popular magical girls can be in Japan and in the anime community. I mean, out of all the anime characters to become the Tokyo 2020 Olympic ambassadors, 3 of them are magical girls. But in this insane parody, it takes anything that you would expect to happen in a typical magical girls show and turns them all into a complete 180. The magical girls are buffed men. Their opponents are adorable critters on roids. This is their typical breakfast when they're running late for school. I want that. They don't reveal their identities, but they become famous idols in their magical girl forms. They really don't have any superpowers, so they have to use brute force and blunt instruments to defeat the demons. Oh god, that's a lot of blood. They were just trying to sing some karaoke, that's a lot of blood. The girls don't really fight over Senpai's affections, to which thank god, because Oni-chan fetishes need to stop. But Sakuya is actually in love with Saki. I swear Saki said goes places. The villain's intentions are honestly pretty interesting, and I'd rather not spoil why till later on in the video, but there's one thing that I love that no other magical girl show does is have an awesome and supportive magical woman mom. As I said earlier, Saki learns that her mother used to be a magical girl, but she still kind of is. I mean, she shouldn't due to her body aging and her severe back problems getting worse, but she still tries to step in and help Saki fight off the demons. I just love this idea. I need magical moms in my life. Make that a show, please. Oh, and speaking of her back problems... Okay, as obvious as this outcome was, all I could think of was that one commercial from Japan. I'm just gonna insert a Lindsay Ellis clip here.
Oh, Japan.
Okay, so I want to address a few of the episodes here, and this is a relatively newish anime, so if you don't want any spoilers, skip to this time frame here. Now here's the thing about Mahou Shoujo Ore. As meta as it was, it dives into something that needs to be addressed in regards to the demanding expectations in Japan, including the animation studios. Episode 5 was supposed to be a beach episode, but the setting changes when the producers cancel the episode during the episode and need to rely on a different studio to unrealistically pull a new episode out of their asses and ready for release. So basically all of these guys have to come up with an episode right now. Chop chop. I was confused at first, but I realized two things about it. For one thing, as strange as it is, it highlights what can happen when studios are placed under stressful conditions and deadlines they can't meet, while also giving us a funny solution to their problem. But also, this is their version of filler content. You see how the episode was supposed to be a day at the beach filler episode, but they decided to make a different filler episode while highlighting a serious issue in Japan. I bring this up only to show what happens in episode 11. The studio takes another jab at this topic by doing something I honestly loved and laughed at. There's a devastating aura attacking the town. What's gonna happen to them? Will they blow up? Turn evil? Turn to stone so that Dr. Stone can save them later? Nope. They get cheap. And it's beautiful. The animation gets as cheap as it can possibly get, drawing some of the most iconic derp faces we've ever seen in anime. From the droopy eyes to the lazy eyes, this is another way to stick it to the system and remind them that their expectations for perfect animation on a weekly basis is an unhealthy expectation. And seriously, if this happened to me, I'd totally be doing what these girls are doing right now. Oh my god, what happened to my face? Selfie! But then we get back onto subverting your expectations with how the show ends. So as the girls assume Hyoe was the one sending the demons in order to keep Mohiro for himself, it turns out he's actually Kokoro-Chan's boss and king of the fairies. Huh. I mean, I knew he wouldn't be the villain with how obvious they were trying to make him be the villain, but I didn't expect him to be freaking Oberon over here. Points if you get that reference. But it turns out that the real villain was the girl's manager, Konami Yamo. To sum up his story, he hated his job in the demon world and heard that there was a magical girl in the human world, so he sets out to find her, only to discover it was a middle-aged magical girl. He settled on Earth and picked up a job to finance his needs, only to become a manager for Saki and Sakuya before they suddenly became magical girls. He still needed to appease the demon world, but he wanted his girls to succeed in the industry, so he basically sent out his demon pawns to terrorize the city and have the girls save the day just to put their names in the papers. Wow. Okay then, even I didn't see that coming. He did all of this for them to succeed, with the human beings being none the wiser. He was willing to give up his life if it meant his girls would be famous in the hearts of many for years to come. So knowing that ultimate fame is right at the palm of their hands, how do our girls react? Shamefully. I mean, this is what they wanted, but it comes with a terrible cost. Many people were hurt to put on this lie. So do they feel like they can take on this role and become magical girl idols? No. They go back to their normal lives while trying to get into the industry by themselves, while not getting any attention, but still performing their duties as magical girls. And Mahito's still crushing on his magical buff bae. But even if they're not as famous, they can move forward knowing that if they succeed, it's because of their own hard work. A very nice moral to end this magically buff anime. Overall, I think it's safe to say we can call this one Meta Shoujo Ore, as it's mostly poking fun of stereotypical anime tropes and plots that are constantly being recycled, but with much more demanding outcomes. It makes fun of itself and everything around it, so this is something you really shouldn't think too hard on. Just have some fun with its nonsense and bizarre humor and enjoy for what it is. Granted, now I have mixed feelings about anime with how pressured these studios are to make all this amazing content for us all, and this incident didn't really help at all. But with the rise in concern and the commentary featured in this show, maybe we'll see some changes in the future for Japan. So, if you want to see all of this meta comedy, you can watch all 12 episodes for free on Crunchyroll. As crazy as episode 1 was, I'd say this is a series worth your time. If you're in the mood for a crazy series poking fun of anime expectations while subverting your expectations, then you should definitely check out Mahou Shoujo Ore. Alright, as for our next episode, I held a poll for the Patreon supporters a while ago, and out of all their options, they chose Zombie Idol Girls. Well, let's just keep subverting even more expectations.
Macho, macho, macho man, yeah. I got to be a...
And all that running is good for your buns and thighs, right?
Yeah, buns and ties.
Don't wanna meet your mama, cause that would give me trauma.
Ow, she's a brick house.
What did you expect fairies to do?
I thought they did nice things, like granting wishes.
Huh? Shows what you know, don't it?
I tore the sleeves off to make way for my impressive musculature.
The things I do for love.
Excuse me! Excuse me! Coming through! Get out of my f***ing way! Hey! Sir, back up! Hey, back up! Back up! Get off me! Get up! Yeah!
Whoa, she's Supermom! What an American hero!
Again, I'm really sorry that it took this long for a What Am I Watching to appear. Like, seriously, the last one I did was last November, and it's August 2019. Sorry. It's just me, mostly doing everything here for Anime America, just making one review after the other, trying to keep the promises I made with the Patreon supporters, asking for reviews, as well as, keeping up with the top 10 list that you guys like to watch, but also trying to make reviews of the latest anime. It really hasn't been easy, but again, your support has been really helpful for me, and I really appreciate everything that you do for me. And even when I address these things on Twitter and Facebook saying, hey, this is gonna be late, or hey, I'm having trouble here, you guys leave awesome comments telling me that it's gonna be okay and that you're cheering for me, rooting for me, and I greatly appreciate everything that you guys do for me. So thank you for your support. If you do like this video, be sure to leave a like, and again, leave a comment down below telling me what you thought of this really crazy show. And again, if you like what we do here and you like this video, share this video on any social media platform where you thrive. I really can't thank you guys enough for everything that you do for Anime America, so thank you. More awesome videos will be on the way. Stay tuned, Anime America.